All right, all right. So the ninjas got us. I apologize.
Ah,
I guess I played it too many times. Oh,
Nintendo said that's enough.
so no, you gotta give it to her. So let me do this.
We got swiped.
Man, Nintendo need to cut that out, man. I guess I played it too many times, y'all.
Yeah,
I
you was
wish I.
running it back to back.
Yeah. So, well, I hope they let me play Pacopia. But anyway, so the next thing
Just
we
put a
got to talk
screenshot.
about. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't got. We got to talk about this state of play. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't watch much. I did watch it. Let me say this. It kind of watched. We kind of watched each other. I was watching it. It was watching me, and there wasn't much to see. But I'm gonna let Keith go ahead and kind of give me his thoughts. What's up, bro?
It was trash. Oh no! In the words of Mario, it was trash.
The timing was perfect.
It- the PlayStation State of Play Japan, as it says in the title, it was not for me. Now, I would be remiss to say that there was some game, well, maybe like one or two games that I'm excited about that I wasn't excited about because I am, and I'm going to get them on the Switch too. And that's Dragon Quest Seven Reimagined. Ooh, that game looks so good, man! I can't wait to play it.
Is
Actually,
that
that
an
was pretty much. I
RPG?
think that it is an RP, a JRPG.
Okay.
There's a JRPG comes out in February. But other than that game, I mean, I know a lot of people were excited about the token fighting Souls game. I just don't care. They showed their very own Dynasty Warriors game. Giving very Nintendo out here. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a Hyrule Warriors, but we're gonna show you the the original and show you the Dynasty Warriors. Of course, they show Octopath Traveler. Fatal Frame was surprising because I had been associating Fatal Frame with Nintendo for the longest since it, came over there. But yeah, to me it wasn't a lot of interesting things. Blaze Blue looked good, but it wasn't just a lot of stuff. And then of course we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Uh they had a region locked PlayStation 5 model, and I know you want to get into what that could possibly mean. Why are they doing that? What's wrong with the original PlayStation? You know what I'm saying? The PlayStation 5. Like, why are we doing this? I know it's cheaper. And it's all digital, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's a region locked PlayStation 5, all digital model. And of course, they had a bunch of accessories. Now, I love accessories. Being a PC gamer, the speakers and the monitor with the controller charger at on the bottom of it. I love all that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I like gadgets, but it's still not enough to make me want to go out and get it. But other than that, man, I thought the show was not for me. It was geared toward the Japanese market, and I hope that they had enough information in there for that market to build off that curiosity of the games. I mean, a lot of these games are already announced,
Yeah.
but I just hope that they did something. But I know you want to get into all of that, so
No, no,
I'll.
I don't have much to say about this state of play. To me, I think what Nia just said here is on point. State of play was basically the last Nintendo Direct. And that's what I was kind of
Yeah.
getting at. A lot of these games was already shown at the last Nintendo Direct. So now, just for a second, so no, it wasn't nothing here that I needed to see. I think the more interesting thing is the region locked PlayStation 5 that's being released in Japan, and what or why you think the win where the win where the how you say that, the win where why, the
Right.
win where what and why, I think that's how you say that.
When, where, why, and how.
When, where, why, and how. There it is. That's what I want to get into, the when, where, why, and how. And that's I guess not necessarily how, but the when, where, and why. Um, why is it focused on Japan? Why why now? All that. So, do you have any theories on why this is happening and what's driving it?
Um, I don't think PlayStation has been very strong this generation in Japan. Now, I'm not speaking from any facts. I'm not speaking from any data. Um, I'm just thinking about the things that I've heard from PlayStation gamers in the West, and how Sony hasn't been killing it with the first party, and I think it's made them suffer outside of the U.S. because I know a lot of people in the U.S. or the West rather went out and just bought it because of the namesake. But I do think that they haven't been catering to the Japanese market like they probably could, even though that's home base, that's the home team. And I think because to me, when I think about PlayStation, I think that they've really built themselves up as a Western uh, device.
Yeah.
Even something like the Xbox can't topple them in their own market. So to me, it just says that they've really been catering to Western ideologies and not so much the Japanese ideology, even though that they have the RPGs and things like that, but it just hasn't been working. So I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to reestablish their position in Japan because you got to take care of home, and I don't think they've been doing that.
I want to bring up this.
That's that's what I think. That's why I think that they're doing that. But I personally don't know if a region locked PlayStation is attractive because like
Go
it's
ahead,
just a
man.
play,
Cook, man.
it's just a PlayStation. I mean, they already got one, and if they didn't want one before, wait, this is gonna make them go get one. I don't know. Um, the there to me, it's all about the games, and they didn't talk about like new experiences, new games. Like Nia said, a lot of their stuff was already announced on the Switch. And of course, it was also announced on PlayStation, but they just re-announced it. I guess it wasn't like those games were locked to the Switch too. Those that Dragon Quest is always going everywhere,
Yeah.
but to restate it again, I don't know why you would do that. But I guess
Yeah,
it's
me
just
neither.
reaffirming, like, hey man, we gonna take care of y'all too. So I don't know what PlayStation is doing other than they looked at their sales and said, hey, we need to put more emphasis over here.
Okay, I'm trying to
It
find that article that I shared with you yesterday. That was kind of talking about. Here it is. Right, I just found it. Thank you. I got to it right before you got finished. Okay, so I got some theories, and I think this article kind of supports my position that I'm about to present to you guys. And this came from Noob Feed. Is that how you say that? Noob Feed. Is it Noob? Noob,
probably new. I had
Noob.
to see.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So it says Switch 2 sparks alarm in Sony's camp. PlayStation 5 faces price shakeup in Japan. It says as competition heats up, So let me say it again. I wasn't in my mic. Switch 2 sparks alarm in Sony's camp. PlayStation 5 faces price shakeup in Japan. Then it says, as competition heats up in Japan's gaming industry, Sony is moving to produce a cheaper region-locked PlayStation 5 in order to defend its market. This comes as big AAA Japanese games are going to be available on the Switch 2 from the very beginning. That kind of hits it in where I'm going here in a second. Sony is allegedly feeling the heat because the Nintendo Switch 2. Did you read this article, Keith?
I'm actually looking for it. I'm looking through our chat.
Yeah, you
I think I skimmed through it.
You got to go up a ways. Sony is allegedly feeling the heat because the Nintendo Switch 2 is doing so well in Japan, which is good for the company. Nintendo naturally has an advantage in Japan because the country's market has always been more open to portable game devices. The original Switch has trounced PlayStation consoles in the region, and now the Switch 2 has taken the game to the next level by enhancing its specifications, enhancing its performance, and providing native support for big AAA games. If y'all want to know where OJ got that idea for that video he made a few other days about Sony being concerned about Nintendo, this is where he got it from. Literally almost quoting verbatim what this I'm just calling it a spade, man. I told him to give these people credit. That's where you got this from. Due to these factors, I had read it before I watched this video. I'm like, OJ, man, give these folks their credit and stop heisting their stuff and making a video and not saying where you got the information or what sparked the thought. Due to these factors, Sony has had to reassess its approach. This has led to rumors that PlayStation 5 model designed for the Japanese market may be showcased soon at a State of Play event in Japan. All this happened before the State of Play. There are hopes that this version will be less expensive than the international model, allowing it to recapture some of the Japanese market that Nintendo's newest portable powerhouse has taken away. The primary source of concern for Sony is Nintendo's capacity to acquire high-profile titles from prominent Japanese developers on the very first day, of the Switch 2's release. Very first day of the Switch 2's release. Over the course of history, major AAA games development by firms such as Capcom would initially be released on the PlayStation system. On the other hand, Nintendo's hardware had to wait, frequently for years, for adaptation or adapted versions of these games. On the other hand, the Switch 2 has already shown that it can run native version of games that Nintendo devices couldn't handle before. And it goes on. So some of those games are coming out soon, like Resident Evil Requiem. So what they're saying is Sony is concerned because previously, even with the Switch, in Japan, they had no real competition when it came to AAA third-party titles. So, and you know that they get 30% of the revenue off of those titles. So any third-party game that's sold in Japan, most likely that was a AAA game like Assassin's Creed Shadows, Requiem, keep naming some, Call of Duty, name some other, Monster Hunter, all these games, when they released in Japan, even though Nintendo Switch may have been outselling the PlayStation 5 and really a monster over there, and the Switch 2 was a monster over there, when it came to those third-party games, you still had to come to PlayStation if you wanted to play them in Japan. But that is changing with the Switch 2 because you see companies like Capcom and other companies, like everybody was shocked when Capcom decided to release Requiem day and date with all the other versions. That is a first. We have never seen nothing like that. So this article and the person that's writing this article is saying this is stirring concerns amongst Sony in Japan because the one thing that they had as a constant that they never had to worry about was third-party companies were not interested in putting their titles on Switch devices. So now you see Madden on Switch 2. You seeing, and they looking comparable, and they basically the same game. It's not a different game. So as the Switch 2 life continues, next year in 2026, you already see James Bond is coming day and date. Requiem is coming day and date. And Lord knows what else on third party will be coming day and date. So they're saying that this is causing Sony to be concerned. I'm going to read this last part, and then I'm going to bring it to you, Keith, and let you give you some more thoughts. As a result of Capcom's confirmation with that Switch 2 will have day one support, Sony is suddenly confronted with a direct threat to his long-standing dominance position in the Japanese AAA console market. PlayStation used to receive particularly all of the revenue that comes from popular Japanese games. However, this revenue is now in jeopardy, and Sony is already scrambling to find a solution because of the possibility of long-term sale losses. Furthermore, the sources emphasize that Sony's strategy for adjusting prices may also be influenced by any concerns that partners may also have. Keith, dang, I didn't read all this. Let me read this. It's a lot. It's really trying to just. Let me read the rest of this. For example, Capcom has stated in the past that the high price of the PlayStation 5 had a determining impact on the sales of Monster Hunter games in Japan. So this is also the same issue that Square Enix started kind of articulating with PlayStation, was that they're not making back their money by sticking solely to PlayStation. So they said they will no longer be making Final Fantasy exclusive to PlayStation. That's why you see it coming to the Switch 2 and Xbox. But they was really, in my opinion, their focus was Nintendo. Seeing what the Switch did and anticipating that the Switch 2 may, if they continue with that style of system and they continue in that Switch 2 most likely will be successful, which we're seeing it is breaking records. Capcom is not happy with Monster Hunter sales in Japan on the PlayStation 5. Not only would the launch of a more affordable PlayStation 5 model that is tailored to Japan help Sony keep its existing customer base, but it would also help the company maintain solid relationship with key developers whose games continue to be essential to the success of the console. We all know that Sony lifeline is third party. Now they have slowly moved into more of a, they have kind of found a little more middle ground because they do have dominant first party titles as well. Ghost of Yotei, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, and then all the other games in between, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Wolverine. So they doing a solid job with first party offers as well. But a lot of their strength and what's essential for that platform is still third party. So Sony is under more and more pressure to come up with new ideas and change with the times to stay competitive in a market that is becoming more and more open to portable and hybrid game systems. This is because Nintendo keeps getting attention with hits like Pokemon, Mario, and Splatoon. Because Nintendo is, keep getting better. Okay, because Nintendo is pushing so hard, Japanese players may soon be able to buy a PlayStation 5 at a lower price. This will probably happen at the same time that the Switch 2 becomes more popular. The reason for these changes in strategy is competition, which means that customers will get better games that are easier to get and have more choices. All right, so I think that's enough. Me and Keith was kind of having this conversation, and my take was, and I didn't read all of this article. I just read just the first few paragraphs, but getting into it, I think it really echoes where I was going. I believe I've been saying this for a little bit. I believe Sony is threatened by Nintendo and the Switch 2 now. And I think their actions are revealing that concern. Because, like I said in the video, the Switch 2 is good enough, and at this point, it's doing beyond what was expected. It was a good enough. Now it's good, and honestly, it's starting to flirt with great. So there's not enough difference from a Switch 2 game and a PlayStation 5 game. There are differences, and they're noticeable, but they're not so different that one wouldn't choose for convenience of on the go, dock, in bedroom, commute, to choose the game on a Switch 2 rather than choosing on a PlayStation 5. And I think that's scaring them. So I think a lot of this stuff is focusing this direct on Japan, this region lock, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 6 hybrid system in the works, all suggest that they are concerned about Nintendo and the Switch 2 and the success that they are watching them enjoy. I think it all points to that. Keith, the floor is yours.
Well, let's give Nintendo their flowers. Nintendo's been pushing for the idea of mobile for a very long time. Shout out to D2K, give him his flowers as well, because he's been pushing that narrative as well, that Nintendo's always been wanting to go and do things mobile, whether you want to call it a hybrid console, handheld, whatever. Semantics. Listen, this is something that they've been pushing for. And the narrative, again, I guess to counter that, is that Sony's been the dominant one in the home console. That's what they say, right? They say that. Well, in Japan, and we knew this with the prior Switch and just handhelds in general, that market over there really enjoys the freedom to be able to move around and play their mobile games. So it's already there for Nintendo to just keep making the thing better. So they made a better Switch called the Switch 2. Now they can play games, as you already stated, level Resident Evil, Requiem, just to state one game, and several other titles that you probably would have never saw grace the cover of a Nintendo console, especially day and date, like the 007 game. You know, you've already stated all this stuff. But with that being said, I do think Sony took a bet, and the bet didn't pay off. We had a podcast, I think, almost a year ago now, where we talked about how Sony was trying to get into the not free to play, but what do you call it? The online multiplayer space. What do you call that?
Dang it. I always get free to play in that one confused.
It's not free to play.
No, it's not. It's not hero shooters. Dang it, man.
I can't think of the name of the genre, but it's kind of like the Fortnites and the Overwatches and things like that. They leveraged on making games like that, and then they came out with a game, and then they quickly canceled it.
Concord.
Was it? Yeah. Then they canceled it. So Sony spent a lot of money and time trying to build something that never got off the ground.
Hero shooter.
The best game that they hero shooter.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Multiplayer hero shooters. I think that's what they call. Overwatch.
Oh man.
Yeah. I did say hero shooters, didn't I?
You did say, I was reading what that last comment said. I didn't realize you said that. What, man, that kind of threw me off. But yeah, they spent all their time trying to do that, and I think that they kind of stumbled, even though they're saying that they've sold over 80 million units. I do not believe that number, but I think Sony stumbled, and I think they've fallen on their own, and because they stumbled, Nintendo's been able to flourish and take off, and I think Nintendo's going to flourish anyways. But this didn't help Sony, and now, they came up with the Portal and being able to play games on the go. But you gotta, at that time, you have to leave your PlayStation on all the time, and they quickly changed that. Which at the time I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So I gotta still keep my PlayStation on. Like this sounds dumb. And now you can play it, just using the Wi-Fi connection and whatnot. So I think they've been trying to recover from their own mistakes, and Nintendo's pulled too far ahead, right? Even with what has it been? What, 4 months? It ain't even been on the market 6 months.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
gonna.
and they've shown nothing but pure dominance. Games selling like hotcakes.
Can I
I
add
saw,
this into what you just said? Actually, when we talked
yeah,
about last week, when we said they moved 10 million, actually that number is we told y'all that was actually only for 4 months. They wasn't adding in October and November, and
correct,
we just found out that they actually at 12 million.
correct. I thought I said that, but maybe I did. Maybe I
You
said it
you
after the
started
fact. But yeah,
you started to talk about, but you didn't say the number. That's why I was like, well, let me add that in. And based on the numbers, if the Switch 2 stays on this trajectory through before it gets to its first fiscal year, it would have outsold the PlayStation 4 and 5 in its entirety within one fiscal year. One fiscal year. It would outsell the PlayStation 5's entire 5 years on the market. The Switch 2 would have outsold it in under 1 year from launch. If that don't really tell you how dominant the Switch and Switch 2 brand is, the Switch brand is in Japan, nothing else will. PlayStation has been selling in Japan for 5 years, and if the Switch 2 stays on this trajectory, it would have outsold the PlayStation 5 in Japan before a year's time.
correct. And I think, listen to this logic. I saw on Twitter somebody was touting how fast Ghost of Yote, which is the game I want to play, by the way. I'm very excited to play the game eventually when it comes to PC. But somebody was touting that Ghost of Yote sold better than Donkey Kong Bonanza, because when did Ghost of Yote come out? Like last month,
Yeah.
and it's already sold more than Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, on the surface, that looks good. Oh man, it really did outsell it in less time. But when you consider that there's supposed to be 80 million units in the wild for PlayStation, that 3 point some million really don't look that good in comparison to Donkey Kong, it's only been out on the market in what, 3 months, not even 4 months, 3 months
No
to
holiday
a system.
season.
No holiday sale, no nothing. So I understand what you're saying, but there's more PlayStations out there than it is Switch 2. So the logic to me, it backfired. It didn't
Yeah.
sound like it came at your mouth.
Literally
Because Donkey Kong
80%.
is at 3.5.
Ain't it 80% more PlayStation 5s out there? If it's 80 million to, at that time we got them numbers 10 million, because we don't know what it is now. Mario, that's those numbers for DK is up to September. We don't know what DK has sold through November. I mean, but still,
Correct.
that is a nice number for Ghost of Yote. and it is outpacing the original Ghost of Tsushima. But like you said,
Hmm.
Keith, you are comparing it to a new system that only has at this point 12 million, but at that point 10 million, compared to a system that has 670 million more systems to sell to, and you only moved a few 100,000 more,
Just a few.
just a few. So it
So the,
ain't.
so
So
the,
when
the
yeah,
attach rate ain't
the
making
tax rate
sense.
ain't even close. That's that's
So
that's basically that's Star Wars Outlaws on the Switch. That's
right.
and that, I don't even think that's a fair comparison because if Star Wars Outlaws has moved 400,000, that'll probably be more comparable to what Ghost of Yote has done in an 80 million pool of units out. It's like is like Outlaws selling 300,000 to 400,000 copies on the Switch 2 at this point. That'll be a more fair comparison. When you look at Donkey Kong, that's almost every
Every other.
every three
Every
systems
other.
bought a Mario. Every three systems bought Donkey Kong,
You know,
and
because
every
it was in the top five for the
yeah,
longest.
it ain't even comparable. Anyway, I would say this. I think your take was dope. I would just switch the order in one of what you said. You said that Sony screwed up and Nintendo capitalized. I would switch that. I would say Nintendo killed, hit Arya with the Switch, and then Sony screwed up in the process, and it exacerbated the situation. I think everything you said is right. I just think the order in credit that you're giving, I would switch that part. I wouldn't say Sony screwed up and Nintendo capitalized on it. I would say Nintendo struck oil and then Sony tripped.
Well, I mean the market is was changing,
Yeah.
and and let's call it. Let's hold on. Let's all the way give Nintendo their flowers. I love how everybody likes to hate on Nintendo and try to put them on an island by themselves. But when they move, everybody moves. When they shift, everybody shifts. Everybody feels the ripples of what Nintendo does. I don't care what you say. I do not care. I don't care if you hated the Wii. Your favorite console came out and tried to make their own version of it. I
Yeah, well,
listen.
that's a good transition. Go ahead, sir. Talk. I
Every
caught that.
every
You cooking.
every
You
time
set
they
me up. You knew what you was doing. I got you. I hear you. Go ahead. I see you cutting. I see you cutting them them clubs. Go ahead, sir. I'm with you. We here.
but Sony didn't recognize that Nintendo was basically shifting the market. Microsoft was too far gone. And they could never catch up. They was putting their foot in their mouth trying to chase Sony, and Sony was dying themselves. And I'm not saying Sony's dying. I'm just saying in comparison here, since we're comparing, the market was shifting to more mobile play. That's where we're going. You know, Steam decks, all of
I
these
caught you. I knew where
gaming
you was going.
PCs.
I'm already on it.
I'm
Go
gonna end
ahead.
it here. All of these gaming PCs, like, yo, get your head out of your butt. And I know that they talked about the PlayStation 6 possibly doing going mobile or whatever, but that's where the market is going. People like the freedom of being able to get up and do what they want when they want to play their favorite games at a really good fidelity. And long gone, like the I'm gonna end it here, I promise. The media has already changed. We're now, like we just talked about, we're getting an all digital PlayStation 5 region lock system. We're digital. You know, we got all these people out here fighting game key cards. You're gonna lose that battle. You're gonna lose the media. I know y'all fighting. If they take our physical media, they could just control our games, bro. Play your games within the time frame and enjoy them. Because if they do take your games, at least you can say you played it from start to finish. So we're going. The world is going digital. It is steaming ahead.
And I think that's the perfect transition is because, like Keith said, we do got to give. And I hate that we always seem to do this when K-Bum was not here because it's almost like we make a Nintendo night, but we're not really trying to do that. It's just the truth. When you look at all the devices and everything that all these devices do, the PlayStation 5, and now the Steam box or the Steam whatever, it's all with Steam machine. They all have this odd resemblance of the Wii U. That tablet controller and a device under the hood that allows you to break away from the TV if need be. What the Switch literally became, because all the Switch is the Wii U better realized. It's the Wii U that really lets you go on the go. I think Nintendo took a half step with the Wii U, and they made a full step. Give me some more to drink. They made a full step, and then y'all go to bed. Thank you. They made a full step with the Switch that was not even a half step, was a partial step with the Wii U. They decided to go, okay, we're not going to make our home console a tablet pretender. We're going to take our tablet and we're going to take our handheld and make it a home device. And it worked. And now we seeing in a generation removed, and with the Switch, a generation removed, we got the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Portal that is trying to basically replicate what the Wii. Okay, give me a water. What the Wii U was and what the Switch is currently, and now we have Valve doing the same thing. Let's look at this.
That lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it.
Listen to the verbiage.
Hey everyone, this is Steam Deck. Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming. All are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026.
Now we can watch.
Let's start with this one. This is the new Steam controller. The new Steam controller puts all of your Steam games at your fingertips, so you can play wherever and however you want. Just like with Steam Deck, we want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller.
You know what it looks like,
never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features like trackpads, gyro, and back buttons, all in a comfortable form factor.
I apologize, guys. I apologize. Look at this whole aesthetic, and you don't tell me that's not straight out of a Switch 2 commercial.
The new Steam controller puts all of your Steam games at your fingertips, so you can play wherever and however you want. Just like with Steam Deck, we want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller, even games never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features from Steam Deck, like trackpads, gyro, and back buttons, all in a comfortable form factor. Its next-generation magnetic thumbsticks let you play with improved responsiveness and longevity. We've put capacitive touch sensors on the thumbsticks and now on the back of the controller too, so you can enable precision gyro aiming with the touch of your thumb, or your pinky if you're feeling fancy. Play for way too long with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that allows for over 35 hours of playtime. With Steam Controller, we want to make charging and wireless pairing something that's actually easy. That's why we created the Puck. The Puck is a combination wireless adapter and magnetic charger included with every Steam controller.
Right.
Snap it on to charge. Once you're charged up, snap it off again. You can play over Bluetooth or a wired connection too. The new Steam controller...
Let's get to the box. That's what I'm trying to get to. So this is the new Steam machine.
Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is crazy.
I think the whole idea and the concept of being able to take Steam away from your PC is the exciting part. Don't that box like a game remind you of a GameCube?
Absolutely.
Built for gaming in your living
room.
Hey guys, I promise you. I know. I promise you, I'm not trying to. Like, if I was to get one of these, I would try to get a replica GameCube faceplate, like a purple one or a black one. I think that would be dope. But this, first of all, this is not to fight alongside your console. I know, you know, it plays a lot of similar games like your Xbox and your PlayStation, but I honestly think that they're marketing this to people who already have Steam and anybody who wants to jump on the boat or jump in the Steam ecosystem. Because Steam Decks are not marketed to brand new gamers; they're marketed to people who play on Steam, play in Steam. I don't know if you remember when I talked about Big Picture Mode. Big Picture Mode is basically their console experience, and that's exactly what this is going to be. The only issue that I see with this, for me personally, are the specs. The specs are low, and if that price is high, this is DOA. But I like all of the things that they're trying to do. They're trying to make because what Steam really is just an ecosystem, and they're just trying to give you more ways to do it. A lot of people don't want to be tinkering and building PCs like me. You know, a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of, you know, people who have PCs like, I don't want to deal with this no more. And now you could take that box, put it in your living room, and play games like you would a console. Because I think the games are still going to be PC games, so they might not be heavily optimized like a console would. But I don't know, man. I like what I'm seeing, man. I would be interested. I'm not interested in that controller, but I would be interested in seeing how much this thing costs. Because sometimes I do want to go in my living room and sit down, and I don't want to unplug my PC and play my games on my TV. So I'm liking what Valve is doing here. The only thing that they need to do now is make Portal 3.
My thing is, now I'm not a PC guy, so I don't know. You might be able to help me understand.
Yeah.
I think people in this. I think there's a problem with constantly trying to compare Steam Deck, Rogue Ally, Legion Go, and all these devices to the Switch. Is they still PCs, you guys. You still got to have some level of understanding on settings and how to tweak and change things to fit your visual preference, your system's capability. Things, it's not a pop and play. It's not a turn it on, jump in and play type of setup. You gotta, is that fair to say?
I think the Steam devices are trying
to be closer to PC. Closer to console. Right?
Yeah, I think they're trying to eliminate that, but like you said, there are times that this thing is going to mess up because you can load Windows on this thing,
right,
and have a Windows PC under your TV.
Well, that's my thing, man. It's like I think people just be missing that. They be like, "Why the Steam Deck is not?" The Steam Deck has only sold about 5-6 million units since its inception, and it's a reason. It don't cater to casual market. It caters to people who have PCs who probably don't want, like Keith said, to build or want to get into PC and don't want to build one. So, but I'm looking at this and it's like, I think it's dope. Don't get me wrong. I think it is dope. It is dope to see the Steam machine under your TV. But if you want everything this is trying to offer, you got to buy a Steam machine. You got to buy a Steam Deck. You got to buy... And just between them two, the Steam Deck is like anywhere between, at this point, I think $349, $399 to almost, with the OLED, $599 or $499, something like that. So
I think the highest one is like $5 something.
All right, so
I think
you got a six. Okay, you got a gap of $300 from the lowest, the entry level to the premium. just in that. And then we don't even know what the machine is going to cost. If the deck costs that much, the Steam probably going to cost anywhere between $6. It's going to at least be between $4 to $1,000, something like that. How powerful is it? You kind of touched on it, but you didn't really say where is the power scale at with it based on the specs.
So, I think what I heard from Digital Foundry, because I watched a little bit of that video on the
Shouts
specs.
out to Digital Foundry. I had to do it, bro.
They were talking about, I think it's like 8 gigs of VRAM. They're placing it in the realm of like an AMD 7600. So I got
Series
a
S.
60.
A Series S.
Is that what they said? Series S.
I'm asking you. I'm thinking, is it 8 gigs of RAM?
No, 8 gigs of VRAM. So
VRAM. Okay.
VRAM. I don't know how many gigs of RAM it has. But that 8 gigs of VRAM is important, but it's also low because that's just for graphics. And a lot of these newer games are exceeding that if you want to play them at a higher spec. I'm looking for the thing. If you want to play them at a higher spec rate, so that those specs, you're gonna be playing games 1080p, 1440p, very mid-range type of specs. And let's see, does this one have it? Come on, bro. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Of accessories that you got to get.
8 gigs of VRAM, 512 to 2 terabytes. But the thing is, I don't think you have to have that controller. If you got an existing Xbox controller, I think you might be able to use that.
Okay.
I think
that's dope.
Because if they're trying to just bring your PC experience to your living room or wherever you want it to be, you know, I use a PlayStation controller, DS5. I use my Xbox One controller on my PC alongside my mouse and keyboard. They say mouse and keyboard.
It looked like an Xbox that's been cut in half.
That's what somebody said. Yeah, that's what somebody said.
They trying to trick somebody. They trying to trick some Xbox for people to buy this thing. Go ahead, my bad, man.
They said there's no desktop graphics card that's as close a match for the Steam machine. The RX 74 has the same number of queues, but a lower clock speed and much lower power draw. The RX 7600 has a higher clock speed, more queues, CUs, I forgot what that means, and a higher power draw. If you were to increase the clock speed of the 7400, the power draw would increase and land you roughly in line with the Steam machine, though there could be a little more to it than that. So I'm assuming if you wanted to kind of see what the graphics are, go look up videos of people using these graphics cards, the RX 7600M, which the M is for mobile. If you want to look up to see what it's running, but if that power draw is lower, it might not even be running it at the efficiency that most PCs are running it at. So, I like I said, I think the idea is cool, but I don't expect to be playing games that looks significantly better than maybe not even your PlayStation. Your PlayStation Pro still going to look better than this. Your Xbox Series X is probably still going to look better than this. But maybe that's not the point. Maybe they have but yeah.
Okay. It depends on the price, man. If they can get that at a reasonable price, it may be attractive for those who just want to, they ain't trying to do high-end PCing, but they want to get into that lane. It may be an introduction, but it's going to be a niche. It's going to fill a niche market, no different than the Steam Deck has. But with the PlayStation, with the Switch, with the Xbox in this situation, it could. But they're not going to be, let me ask you this. Did you say, was you disagreeing with me?
I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. There's not going to be like for third party, and that's the thing. You might have the Steam, but a lot of people are not familiar with Steam library. So you got because I don't know nothing about Steam library, and I think I'm beyond a casual gamer. I'm not a casual gamer. I know too much to be a casual gamer, but I don't know much about the Steam library. So casual gamers probably don't even know nothing about Steam at all. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on the price.
Well, it depends on the price. Remember, my first statement was they are trying to market to existing customers by giving them more ways to experience it. Because like you just said, casual gamers probably not hip to what Steam is. Steam is incredible. Listen, I swear by Steam. Steam is like they always have sales, like massive sales.
Everything cheap.
And yeah, everything is cheaper. So it's like the price of entry to get in may be higher, but once you in, like you buying games at significantly lower prices, and you can find those games if they do it like I think they're doing it. No, you could just add them to your library on your computer and then go and play them on your box. So even if you couldn't find an internet browser, you could just add the game to your PC and just download it over there. Because you could find games like a lot of the games I buy, I do not even buy them from Steam. I find them cheaper somewhere else, and then I add them back to Steam.
Okay.
Like it's a dope platform. I want you to start an account and just look at it. You ain't gotta buy nothing. Just look at it. They got so many free to play games.
I've actually seen Steam games. Like I don't know how. I don't know if I was watching somebody or some kind of way I stumbled up on the library. No, I was watching somebody. This is a while ago. This is a long time ago. And I didn't know. I was like, dang, what game is that? What game is that? And it was all Steam stuff. I'm like, man, where can I? And I'm going through trying to see where I can buy that. Did not realize that it's only available on Steam. And I was like, dang, that looked dope. And it was cheap. I think it was, this was several years ago. Because this dude don't even make videos no more. Nate, Gamer Nate, I think that was his name. He was the one that every time you turned around, he would trade in his Wii U to go get a PlayStation 4 and trade his PlayStation 4 in to get a Alienware, trade in his Alienware, get a Wii U again. Then he'd do it again, get an Xbox. He just kept doing it. It's like, dude, as many times you traded in all these systems, you could have had all of them. That's you wasting money. But he was the one that I saw when he got. I think it was Alienware. Does Alienware have Steam? He has something that has Steam on it, and I saw
Alienware is just. I don't know what Alienware started as, but I believe they were purchased by Dell, and they still exist. Alienware still exists.
Yeah. Did they allow you to use live Steam?
Yeah, it's just a PC.
That's what he had. He had Alienware. I remember that because Mr. L.I. bought an Alienware. But I remember Nate he was showing all these games on Steam. This is at least 7-8 years ago, or even longer than that. He was showing all these games on Steam, and I was like, what game is that? Where that game at? Why haven't I? And it was all Steam games, and they was dope looking games. And I was like, dang, I wish they'd make Steam available to all of us, but again, but those games, are they optimized, or you just got to brute force them?
The PC gaming is not particularly optimized to begin with, so it all depends on what you got under your hood. You know, everybody has a variety of specs. So, but also Alienware had a Steam machine, I believe.
Okay.
So
I just remember he was showing all, and I was like, wow, that looks different, and it was dope. Okay, so let's move on because we still got Bacopi. You think we can get away with playing Bacopi? Fair use, Nintendo. Okay.
I wouldn't do it. They don't care.
Let me speed it up. I know they don't. I know we can play it if we speed it up. And if they shut us off now, we're just going to be done, y'all. But this is Pocopia. This is
living
made
life on the edge.
Who is this made by? It's published
Are
by
you playing the
Nintendo.
Nintendo? Are you playing the Nintendo version?
Don't play the Nintendo version. Play somebody else.
I will go to like IGN or something.
Okay. Let me use Nintendo.
But yeah,
Okay.
Pocopia is Nintendo and Pokemon Company, I believe. It's Pocopia is publishing this game.
I forgot the name. And it is Circle something. Crystal. What was it? What's the name of the people that's making it?
Omega Force.
Omega Force. There it is. Yeah. But go ahead. What's your thoughts on Pocopia?
It's one of those survival like simulation type games. It's not a game for me. I know Nia in the other video we had, she said that she's gonna get it and she's gonna show me the game, like always. But I think that
she can't show me the game. I want to see the game.
I mean,
did you see my Lakers get blew out the other day by?
I heard of that.
Man, they lost by the top of the second quarter. Go ahead, bro.
I also heard LeBron in the G League. What's that about?
Oh, he ramping up so he can come back. So he got to get 5-on-5 play before he can actually come back and play. So they don't have enough practices in between the time that he's looking to come back, and now so he's going to the G League to get some 5-on-5 reps so that they can assess his where he's at in his health, and then he'll be clear to play with the Lakers in their next game. So it's just a way to get practices get the 5-on-5 play because they don't have enough practices in between now and when he's trying to get back. So he needs
that makes sense.
Yeah. He's not being booted down to the G League. I know that's what you wanted to go with that.
No. I was just gonna say the real GOAT would never. The real GOAT would never.
Kobe?
MJ. Hey man, I am
Kareem
a Kobe Bryant
fan,
but Jordan is the GOAT.
Kareem?
You can't steal all Jordan's moves and call yourself the GOAT.
Magic Johnson? Jerry West, you got to be talking about Jerry West. He was on the
Jeffrey
the logo.
Jordan.
Oh man, he talking about Dominique Wilson. All right, man. I mean, I didn't ever think Dominique Wilson was the greatest, but okay, if you think so, I won't fight against it.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Pocopia, Pokemon Pocopia. Let's get back to it.
LeBron.
It is a crap. No, we're talking about the real game, not the G League. Players control a Ditto who is imitating a human, so that's why that character looks kind of wonky like that. It says the game features crafting and building mechanics that players use to befriend new Pokemon who can teach them the Ditto new moves to use to interact with the environment. Like Squirtle can show you how to shoot water, and you can plant and make things grow, and you just progress in the game. It says as players progress and build the area around them, they attract more Pokemon. The game is a day and night cycle linked to real world time and feature different biomes. That's very similar to Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is linked to your real day and night. So if somebody was playing at night, it's going to be night in the game. You're playing in the day, it's going to be day in the game. So, yeah. Again, not one of those games for me, but I can see this game being something huge over time. I don't think it's going to strike lightning like Animal Crossing did because of the pandemic and the fact that Animal Crossing was what it was. But I can see a lot of people playing this game. Now, there is a bit of a controversy around this game. Now, this game is, I guess you would call it a first-party Nintendo game since they are one of the two companies that's publishing it. The Pokemon Company is publishing it in Japan, and Nintendo's publishing it everywhere else. But the controversy around this game is that it is on a GKC. That is a game key card. And we already know that Nintendo said that they will not put their games on game key cards. They will use the real game cartridges. Now, to be more detailed, they said they would not put Nintendo developed games. And theoretically, technically, all the technicals, this is not a Nintendo published game. So therefore, it can be on a game key card. I was in a chat with some people on Twitter, and they were talking about.
Wish I gotta bring that question up. I'm good. See, boy, brother, you need the host. You good. You good, bro. You setting it up.
they was upset, and some folks was in there was like, listen, y'all just need to just let it go. And what that I didn't even say that. Some folks is like, you need to just let it go. You do realize that this is one of those games that's going to get patches over time. It's not going to be some static game. This game will not look like when this game come out, March 5th, 2026, whatever that game looks like on that date, it will not look like that 6 months to a year from when that game came out. It's going to be completely different because they're going to be continually updating it. That's what Omega Force is going to be doing. There's no need. You putting that on a game cartridge has no effect on what that game is going to actually be. I hope it does great because I'm noticing that a lot of people are loving these cozy, quote unquote, cozy type games. My kids love cozy type games. People are loving it. Like you go home, build a little bit, do a little bit, and you get out. No stress. I ain't got to dodge. You know what I'm saying? Playing Stellar Blade, not dodging those swords and stuff like that. I'm just chilling. And a lot of people are feeling this type of stuff. So
low stress.
I know. And, less stress. And the last little bit of controversial, and then I know you want to get your take. It's $69, and there are a lot of people that's like, heck no, heck no. I am not spending that much, but this game is not worth that much. One person thought it was going to be a mobile game or it was going to be a free to play game. That's how it looks to them. Which, hey, I can't even argue with you on that. But I do know if anybody who buys this game, if you're already interested in life simulation type games, you're going to put well over 100, probably even 200 plus hours. You're going to get your $69 worth. I can guarantee that. So I'll end it there. Ocopia.
I don't care nothing about this game. Let me stop. Let me be respectful. Like I said, this is definitely something my daughter that was down here. Kendall would definitely love this. And is it cross-gen? Is it just Switch 2 or is it on the Switch as well?
Just Switch 2.
Okay. To me, I think this would be the perfect cross-gen title, that it should be on both. But if I get it, it would be for her. It wouldn't be for me. But I am trying. I did help her with Animal Crossing, and I actually was playing Animal Crossing. I was helping her figure out how to build her house and trying to show her how to mail and actually use the airport, which I didn't even know that type of stuff was in Animal Crossing. So it has like you said, it does have a relaxing kickback, but it's also churey at the same time because you kind of babysitting and having to decorate your house and having to go out and gather goods and sell and purchase and build again and be creative. So it's a different, it pulls on your brain in a different way than a Stellar Blade or Booty Blade, as K-Bun would say. But it is a kind of just chill out, wind down type of a game. Good before going to sleep, kind of mellow you out, and then or kill some time here in between here and there. And you're correct. It did. That the game did get a boom. Animal Crossing did get a boom. But what I'm seeing here looks cool. I don't think we seeing $69.99 cool. Nintendo really is being greedy. I gotta admit it. That they tripping. But the game key card part, look, man, it is what it is at this point. Like, And like you said, it's not really technically a Nintendo. My girl's supposed to be in bed. They mom. Anyway, I'm about to go up here. I'm about to end anyway. They just making the most noise, and it's almost 11. Yeah, not necessarily for me, but I'm trying to stop closing my mind off to games that are not AAA, summer blockbuster, Ghost of Yote, story-driven, single-player games. I or Nintendo first party. I do gotta start trying new stuff. I was pleasantly surprised that I like Sparks of Hope with Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I actually really enjoyed that game, and I didn't think I would because it was a what you call it strategy.
Real time strategy type game.
Yeah, so I don't want to write this off. Minecraft, I actually enjoyed a little bit of Minecraft that I played. I just don't understand Minecraft, but yeah, man, I don't want to write it off. But I do think Nintendo probably should have gave it a more competitive price tag to get it off the ground, to get people wet, feet wet, and just let them try it out. I don't think.
See how I did St. Paul's?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they should be. And there go the game key card right there, people. I don't think they should be charging $59.99. I think this should be
$69.
Yeah, $69.99. What did I say?
You said $59.
I think it should be $59 or even $49.99, something around there. To first just make it competitive, to give it the legs and give it easier buy-in, and they're gonna make their money. I doubt this game costs a lot to produce. Yeah, man. Lay back to go lay down the law. What'd you say, Keith?
But you talk about a game that's gonna get a lot of content. I don't know if it's gonna be free, but it's gonna get a lot of content.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, most of those types of games are free to play out the gate, so I 100% understand where you're coming from.
I just don't think it's this expensive.
When you put that Pokemon title on top of it,
it's gonna say
the value is already increased.
Well, it's gonna the Pokemon is not, and that's why it's like Mario Kart. Of course, I didn't agree. Mario Kart, still to this day, Mario Kart has not shown us any reason why they had to charge us $79.99. I don't see $79.99, even though I know I'm gonna get the value. So I don't want to. I'm trying to keep the two separate. Yes, you're gonna get the value out of the game, but if there's not a $69.99 game here, there's not a $69.99 game here. To me, what they have shown us don't warrant the price, even though we're going to get the value. They could easily charge us $59.99, $49.99, and they still going to be well off. I just think you put the game at a challenging place of a game like this costs $69.99. But you got the Pokemon name on it, so you can get away with it. So it's going to sell strictly because of Pokemon, and Nintendo know that, and that's why I'm like, Angry Vigilante, I think they're wrong for that. There you go. He was in here. So let's go to this last conversation. Keith, you got to explain yourself, sir. You got to explain yourself. What is this? What is this blasphemy here? Astrobot. Y'all, this is y'all local Nintendo fan talking his way, trying to stir up people. Astrobot had Nintendo gamer shook. Now, Keith is a Nintendo gamer. Astrobot had Nintendo gamer shook. Now that the numbers are out, y'all can look at him how he separates himself from Nintendo fans. Y'all can exhale. LOL. Keith, can you explain what provoked this post, bro?
Man. It was a lot of fear mongering when Astrobot came out. There was a lot of people trying to say, man, I'm happy for Sony and all this other stuff. But deep down, Nintendo game is like, oh no, don't let them be better than Mario. That's
true.
all. And when them numbers came out,
I even low key admit I felt the same way, even though I loved Astro Bot. I was low key like, man.
I know you love Astro Bot.
Yeah, I love Astro Bot, but I didn't want it to outperform. I was scared that it would outperform. It didn't, but I was like, oh man, dang, I'm letting them kill Nintendo already. I was like that a little bit.
Nah, they ain't.
But I gave them my money. They got my money to prove themselves, and it's a great game. But you're right. That was a sentiment. So no one.
See, I get it.
No one. Yeah, I care if you will love it. I know you'll love it. It's right up your alley. Yeah, you would love Astro Bot. I think you would absolutely love Astro Bot. You would say it's repetitive, but you would love it. Visually, a lot of the power-ups, it just has a shame and a power. It's a shame. It is a shame that it didn't sell more. But was it someone's post that triggered this, or you just saw the sales numbers?
Oh, I saw the sale numbers, and I think I read some comments under that post.
Okay. Because it should have sold more. What it sold? What, 2 million?
Yeah. It's like 2 or 3.
2, 3 million. Astro Bot should, to me, this is me. With the installed base of the PlayStation 5 and the quality that is in Astro Bot, to me, Astro Bot should have sold at least 7, 8 million copies by now, in my opinion. And I don't think it's gonna grow even. I think it's already came and gone and forgotten.
Didn't it have DLC? The DLC didn't boost it.
If it got DLC, I don't know. I don't know. it to me, okay. I wait till K-Bum get back. We might need to pick this up as a side talk. I do feel that there was a lot of bandwagon pushing of this game to ensure it was game of the year. I think there was a lot of intentional beyond the game itself trying to ensure that game was game of the year to create a rival for Mario. I do think that was going on. Because as good as Astro Bot is, I don't think it did anything to deserve. But I don't think it was that much that year that was in the running for Game of the Year. I had to go back and look. But I don't think it was Game of the Year good. It is good,
really?
Though. No, I don't. I don't think it was game. It depends. I don't remember. Let me hold up, just for curiosity, and I'm gonna have to get off because I got to get my girls in the bed, and they acting up. What year did Astro Bot win Game of the Year? So it was 2024, and it was against. What did it compete against? What games did Astro Bot beat for Game of the Year?
I don't remember that year.
Black Myth, Wukong, Final Fantasy, is that 7 Rebirth? Metaphor Fantasia, Elder Rings, and how you say that? Balatro? B-A-L?
I thought Balatro won.
It beat Balatro.
We talking about Jeff's game of the year, right?
I think so.
Oh, he I think on Monday they talking about the announcements for the nominees.
Yeah, they're gonna announce the Game of the Year nominees. What game did Astrobot? Oh, let me ask again. What games did Astrobot beat for Game of the Year at the Game Awards? I'm trying to find out. It ain't telling me the other games, bro. What were the nominees for Game of the Year in 2024? Okay, yeah. Metaphor ReFantazio, Astrobot, Black Myth, Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Elden Ring Shadow of the Shadow. What is that? Elden Tree, Erd Tree, and Balatro or Balatro, whatever that is. So that's what it be. I don't know if that was great competition. ReFantazio I heard was good. Black Myth was great. But in comparison to all this outside of Final Fantasy, I guess 7 or 12 or whatever that is. 7. I guess Astrobot would beat that, but I'm not going to say. To me, Astrobot is not beating Bonanza. It's not beating Odyssey. It was good for that year, and it didn't have much competition. It is a great game, but I think there's been it's not Odyssey. I'm sorry, it's not Odyssey. It's not DK either. So that's just me, and that could be biased. I know I'm not being biased with Odyssey, and I'm not being biased with Bonanza. I played, but I like Astrobot. I get tired of playing. I'm just gonna be real. I get tired of playing Astrobot. It's really repetitive, and it's 3D World. It's basically Astrobot is basically Mario 3D World with PlayStation 5 graphics, and then it has some nuances with the physics and the controls and haptic feedback is what set it apart. It's basically Mario 3D World. That's what it is. That's how it plays. That's the kind of the way it feels. Like Mario 3D World, not a lot of acrobatics, simple jumps, nothing. He don't have what Mario has, and the stages they look amazing though. But they simple, but they look. I hope, man. We gotta talk next week. But anyway, any other thoughts? I can't keep us here. We already pushing on 2.5 hours with both. Well,
I do. When K-Bun come back, I got a topic.
Okay.
For us.
Okay, cool. Cause I do, man. I hope. One thing I do want Nintendo to take from Astrobot is the visuals. Astrobot looks like the movie, like Galaxy the movie. I kid you not. Astrobot looks like a step down from Galaxy the movie. That's how good it looks. It looks that good. Like visually, Astrobot looks amazing. What to me, that's what sets it apart and what made that's really where its charm is not necessarily in the platforming, but how amazing it looks in the process. The game is not no slouch visually. It's appealing. You're going to be like, wow, this game pops. It's colorful, like in ways that we've never seen any first-party Mario Nintendo game. It just don't. There's no comparison visually, but then everything else pales in comparison to first-party Nintendo platformers. But visually, ain't nothing Nintendo making touching that. And I'm hoping that may change or get close with Mario's next game. Hoping that it's built
from the ground up. Yeah. Switch to quality games.
Yeah, built up. Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. So, with that being said, man, we had a lot of people jump in after the fact, and I missed a lot of people. I know Dark was on there. We had Chariot Man. I didn't give you your shots out. Lewis, I didn't give you your shots out. I apologize for playing the movie too many times and Nintendo sending the ninjas after us. But we about to get out of here, people. We tired. We not young folk no more. We got kids. And our kids try to come in while we doing podcasts and talking to us, giving us smooches and bringing us water to drink, and then they go upstairs and don't go to bed because mama's asleep. So daddy got to go up here and set the law down. And I hear them slowing up because they probably hear me saying I'm coming up there. So go ahead, Keith. Sign out, sir, so I can get up here and get my kids in this bed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be long-winded. Good episode tonight. No arguing, no fighting.
We do that in the chat. We do that in chat. We do that. That is for the chat. Chat only.
That's for the chat. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep it short and simple, man. Hope everybody have a great weekend. Say your prayers, give thanks for thanks is due, always and forever. I like that. Always and forever.
All right. Yeah, man. I don't try to bring the chat live unless we just have to. Y'all, Keith don't fight fair, yo.
Yeah.
Keith, boy, I be at work, I be like, I am not even. I'm sitting up here trying to set stuff up, and I'm on my phone. I'm in this room talking in my phone. They looking at me like, who is he talking to? And see, you know what I mean when I say, like, let me get my tone right. I got you today, though. I got you with them thumbnails today. I knew I had it. I was like, I had the one where I said, I'm all ears. And I had the one where it says, say more with the night show on what's his name?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I knew I had you because your response was funny. I was like, I got him with that one. But anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. Shouts out to everybody that jumped in from our other live feed to this one. Y'all got 2 episodes out of 1. 2 400s. So watch one and then come watch the other. Nintendo wasn't being kind to us. But I enjoyed it. I believe that Mario Galaxy, the movie, is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait till April. Me, my family, my kids will be there day one, lined up. We might even get all Mario clothes and stuff and go in. I might take pictures. We might have our Mario shirts and popcorn. I can't wait. Metro Prime 4. We didn't talk about it, Keith, because we wanted to keep it cool. We got to talk about this next week. If they don't come with a direct.
They got something coming tomorrow.
No, they don't.
I think I heard they got something coming tomorrow for Metro Prime.
Oh, well, you know something I don't know. We'll see. Next week, if they don't have a direct. Are you pulling my leg, man? What's going on?
No, I heard that they got a, hold on. Go ahead, sign out. I got you.
Okay. Well, anyway, if they don't have a direct by next week, I will have an all-out convention live. This is K-Bomb will be back. I'm having a convention next week, bro. Everything that we've been talking about in the chat will find its way onto the live podcast. They don't need to know. We gonna wait. Nintendo, you got into next week with all these trailers you dropping. We unseen Galaxy, Pocopia, another Kirby's video. Dude, they gave us another Kirby video in English. And we still ain't got another Metro Prime.
Oh, it's the Metro Prime 4 Beyond preview. I think that's what it's called.
Okay, send that to me, and we'll talk when we get out of here. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. This was the Live and Level Gamers podcast. K-Bum should be back next week. Me and Keith will be back, Lord willing. But we held it down. Look, K-Bum, do we need K-Bum, Keith? Can we let K-Bum go?
No, we need K-Bum. Don't do that, man. I can't wait to hear that game. Man, I can't let you do that, man. I can't.
Oh, man. Hey, well, we have K-Bum back next week. Fresh off vacation. That brother having a good time. Well deserved. He's sending us pictures. He's in Bangkok. Pause. Anyway, he's in Bangkok. So we'll see y'all next time. Y'all be blessed. Stay safe. Highly favored.